You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
I'm Stephen Cabral, and I'm excited to bring you a brand new episode. We're going to be talking about some of my absolute favorite greens-based drinks. I'll get into what those are in a moment, but we have all sorts of greens drinks that we use in my practice for everything from helping with joint pain to helping with detoxification, improving skin tone, increasing energy as a pre-workout drink. All of these great drinks, all based around this greens powder. So if you haven't heard about a greens drink before, sometimes it's referred to as greens juice, a greens drink, greens powder. That's because of the color. It is a green, high chlorophyll-based substance loaded with minerals. Now, the big amount of minerals and the high amount of plant-based foods also increases the pH of the substance. So it increases alkalinity in anything that you add it to. That's nice because when you talk about, alkaline-based foods and all the power that they can bring to your body, meaning like high alkaline foods, regardless of whether you believe that they increase pH of the tissues or anything like that, is that they are loaded with antioxidants, they're loaded with minerals, and they're going to help repair and replenish your body from all the minerals that the acid-based foods pull from your tissues, pull from your bones. So, although we can all agree that your blood maintains somewhere around, usually it's 7.356, but it can be as low as 7.2, as high basically 7.5. It has to maintain balance within that delicate range. And again, it can't go outside of that range or you're no longer living. But what happens is when your body is filled with acids, whether it's from outside toxins, whether it's from stress, whether it's from a lot of acid-based foods, drinking Coca-Cola, or any of those types of things, which literally, so those things are acid. What they do is they have to literally pull minerals from other compartments of your body, a lot of times the bones, to then alkalize, like calcium, to alkalize your bloodstream. That maintains your nice level pH, but what happens is you start to get robbed of all of these minerals. And too high a protein, too low a carbohydrate diet can do that as well. Same with too high of fat, too low good plant-based foods as well. So if you're doing kind of a strict paleo or strict low carb, do what we do when we recommend those particular nutrition plans is to load up on your greens, basically your vegetables, but also you can start to add in a greens powder. I'm telling you, I'm going to go through them right now. It's not going to be a long show. Adding in a greens powder for almost all people is a remarkable change in their skin, their energy, their mood, all of the vitality-based components of your life. And the reason is you are literally bringing more oxygen, more minerals, more nutrients to your body that you can't get anywhere else. So I believe in both functional medicine, orthomolecular medicine, using the best methylated B vitamins, using the best, daily nutritional support all-in-one powder, using the best whatever you need, B complex, B12, vitamin D, all that great. But I also believe in combining that with the best of whole food-based medicine as well, as literally using food as medicine. So the only issues that you have to watch out for is there's a lot of greens powders that use inulin and other fillers as well as like fructooligosaccharides, things that don't digest well for many people. So if you have potential SIBO or you have Crohn's, colitis, celiac, you have any of the other things I didn't name, parasites, any type of bacterial overgrowth, any type of gut dysbiosis, you don't want to use these fillers because what happens is they don't get absorbed very well and they end up moving down the intestinal tract past that first part of the small intestine and they end up then being able to be fermented by yeast, fermented by other types of Clostridia-based bacteria. So really important is that you just look at your greens powder. You make sure, first of all, that it's organic, right? If you're not buying organic greens powder, what happens is this. You are literally taking in those synthetic pesticides that were used to make your powder. Not ideal. You do not want to ingest a large amount of that. I would only recommend an organic greens powder. If not, then just don't even use it at all. And the other thing as well is just make sure that it has a nice array of many different greens. And ideally, I'm going to talk about one with the fruits as well, so that you can get a lot of a little bit of different substances that that's going to give you that great benefit, but also maybe not overloading in any one thing that you could potentially have an issue with. So what I like to do is I have one called Daily Fruit and Vegetable Blend. Again, you can use any one you want. I just have to give you an example. Mine is completely unflavored and unsweetened. The reason why I like that is that I'm going to give you recipes today where you can make your own flavoring for that, right? Because everyone has a different palate. So let's not pretend like, we all love the same taste. We don't. The other nice thing is that this is 22 organic fruits and vegetables, only 30 calories, only 2 grams of sugar, 1 gram of fiber, so it basically has no effect whatsoever on blood sugar, and 2 grams of protein, believe it or not, because greens, we don't really know this, believe it or not, does have protein in it. Amazing, right? Too, for, let's say, what is that? 8 of those calories actually coming from protein. That's remarkable out of those 30 calories. So anyway, what I typically do is I'll make one of these recipes that I'm about to tell you when I first wake up in the morning. So I wake up, I do my greens drink, and I'm going to explain what mine is right now, and then I get ready for the day. About an hour later, I do my smoothie. So what I want to do is I want to share these recipes with you because the one that I use might not be the perfect one for you, but I know there's going to be one in here that you like, and I just, again, give it about, I would say about 3 weeks to 4 weeks. You'll know within that time if you start to feel that new vitality, even if you change nothing else, what I'm saying, if you just add this, you're going to get the hydration from obviously the 8 ounces of water I'm going to have you mix it with, but then you're going to get all the nutrients of 22 organic fruits and vegetables. I'm telling you, when I added a greens drink in the morning and I had a smoothie about an hour later that I just kind of time released as I started to sip it through the morning, that is when I honestly got my all-day energy, as I call it. Like that, for the first time, I super hydrated my body and I just loaded it with easy-to-digest foods, which is just basically liquid. And as I say, it's liquid before lunch. And you just take in more nutrients during that time than your body even could know what to do with, right? So it gets to super hydrate and it gets to really replenish all of those minerals and vitamins that you can only get from really good whole food nutrition mixed with the best of functional medicine. Okay, so let's get into our recipes right now. So the one that I start off with every morning, I'm just calling it my daily greens juice. That's literally a Dr. Cabral's daily greens juice. So I started doing this about, I would say 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago. And all it is, like real simple. I pour in 8 ounces of spring water or filtered water, depending if I'm traveling or not. I do have to travel a fair amount. So I just either have the filtered or I have the regular spring water that I can buy at, Whole Foods or any type of place. And then what I do is I take a lemon or a lime, I cut it in half, and I have that, little squeezer, that little juicer that I talked about, that you literally just put that half a lemon in there and you just squeeze it right into your greens juice. I usually do, depending on the day, depending on the size of the lemon or lime, about half that. I really enjoy lime too. I like the flavor of lime, so I tend to add a good amount of that in there. We'll try to link up that squeezer as well. By the way, you are going to get all of these recipes completely free. So as I said, my goal is to provide you with as much education as humanly possible so that you literally know more information than most doctors, most, conventionally trained dietitians, anyone that's only following the conventional medicine formula. This isn't taught in school, and it's not even really taught in naturopathic medical school, unfortunately, because we're still kind of treating it allopathically, but it is taught, obviously, as you're just learning from great clinics and masters and all the things that I've done kind of over the years. All right, so let's stay on target. 8 ounces of water. I do the lemon and lime. I do a pinch of sea salt. So it basically, I just turn this into what I call a natural Gatorade, right? A natural potassium from the lemon and lime, and then I get that sodium from the sea salt. So I get that nice balance of electrolytes, which is going to supercharge my system. And then I typically add in a half a teaspoon of raw wildflower honey. So, but sometimes I don't always mix it in. I literally drink my drink and then I just kind of eat that half a teaspoon or teaspoon of the wildflower honey. And that just gives it that nice sweet flavor because, again, not everybody loves the flavor of greens, but either way that you need to get them in. And then every recipe today is going to be 1 tablespoon of the daily fruit and vegetable blend, which is the organic greens powder, which contains, let's just do a quick rundown, spirulina, barley grass, wheatgrass juice, chlorella, organic nettle leaves. Please keep in mind that this is completely gluten-free. It is picked in a specific grown area that's only organic and is picked before it seeds, which means there is no gluten contamination. It's also in a facility that makes it gluten-free as well, and that is certified right on the back of the bottle. Okay, so the vegetables are spinach, and of course, all of these are organic. Carrot, beet, tomato, kale, parsley, collards, kale sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli, apples, raspberries, cranberries, blueberries, camu, which is a very high vitamin C berry as well. And so again, a really great formulation. It took me a long time to get that one, and it's one that's also good for people with digestive-based issues. Okay, sometimes in addition, like in the wintertime, I will add a half a teaspoon of vitamin C powder to that juice as well. Really amazing. That's the one I do pretty much every single morning. Sometimes I get, a little bit more interesting and add other things, but I keep my morning really simple. All right, the next one I call it sweet greens. For people who need their juice a little sweeter, then you can simply add stevia. Like super simple. You can add stevia, either the powder or you can add the liquid, and that will not have the same effect on the blood sugar, and it will also, it's plant-derived, and it is actually can be decent for the digestive system as well. So really, really nice. Okay, the third one is going to be, and again, I have all these recipes in depth. I'm going to give you the link to as well for this, but you're simply, for right now, just going to go to the show notes page, and today's show notes page, if I can find that, I will find that for you, and we'll link that up by the end of the show as well. All right, so the Healthy Joints juice is next. This is great for people with any type of gout or joint pain or anything where like there's these acid-based crystals growing in the joints. So again, highly recommend this, even if you've never been diagnosed with gout. If you have that joint pain, this is 8 ounces of water, 3 to 4 ounces of organic tart cherry juice, 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and of course the 1 tablespoon of the daily fruit and vegetable blend. With each recipe, I give you a couple optional add-ons. In this case, you could add some turmeric powder, turmeric tea, a little baking soda if you want for that alkalinity. Of course, I'm not going to go through all the add-ons, but you can check that out. All right, one of my favorites that I've spoken about before is the natural flu shot and cold remedy. This works fantastically well. I use this all the time when I'm traveling, and I use it all the time when I've been around a lot of sick people, which is pretty much every day, or my kids are sick or anyone's sick. It's basically 8 ounces of water, 1/2 to 1 full squeezed lemon, 2 ounces of fire cider, or you can make your own. And that's simply with cayenne, ginger, horseradish, garlic, and apple cider vinegar. Half a teaspoon of wildflower honey, raw, of course, and 1 tablespoon of the daily fruit and vegetable blend. Okay. You can add additional vitamin C to that. And you can also add our adult or children's immunity protocol, which are capsules, and some liquid to add to that as well. Another really nice one is to take any of these recipes or keep it simple and just shake your water and your greens powder in a mason jar over ice. So it just makes a really cool, refreshing greens drink. A lot of people prefer it that way. They like the cold greens drink as well. And that's totally your prerogative. You squeeze a little lemon and lime in there. Really, really nice as well. All right, moving right along, we have a children's greens juice. This is one that I use with my own kids, and I'll drink it sometimes as well. It's 8 ounces of water. Add 3 to 4 ounces of their favorite low glycemic organic juice, pomegranate, cranberry. You can fresh press some apples if you have a juicer. You can add in a half a teaspoon of raw honey, or they can eat that afterwards, which my kids like to do as well. And then a tablespoon of the daily fruit and vegetable blend. Okay, this makes 2 to 3 servings. Your child's not going to drink 12 ounces of fluid at one sitting, that's for sure, but they can drink 3 to 4 ounces for sure. So if you have a couple kids, really nice to split it between them. All right, and then just a couple more. We have the glowing skin care greens drink. Okay, this was created, I created this recipe to use items that are higher in vitamin C that are also going to help with flushing of the lymphatic system and the skin itself and super hydrating. So you have 8 ounces of water, you have 2 ounces of pomegranate juice, or eating 1 kiwi is totally fine as well in addition to that, because kiwis are predominantly water and you get the high vitamin C. I'd like you to add 1/2 to 1 lemon or lime. I prefer lime with this recipe because the pomegranate is really nice with lime, like really nice mixture. 1 to 2 tablespoons of the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. That is for better alkalinity as well. Great for the skin. You can actually use apple cider vinegar topically as well, kind of as a toner on the face. 1/2 a teaspoon of raw wildflower honey. Of course, you can use a little bit more if you'd like. And the daily fruit and vegetable blend. Really, really nice. I've got a couple add-ons that you can check check out on the recipe guide for this one. And the bonus one, I've used this many times as a pre-workout. Sometimes I'll literally just pour some greens powder in a water bottle, shake it up, and I'll drink that, before my workout or going into my workout. And the alkalinity, meaning the high pH, helps me better oxygenate the tissues, and it helps buffer a little bit about the acids that I'm about to create as I do my weight training workout or whatever it might be. So this is super simple. It's 6 to 8 ounces of water. It's 6 to 8 ounces of green tea at room temperature, or just adding in a half a teaspoon or as much as you would like of organic matcha powder. And matcha is basically a form of green tea that's been the leaves that have been ground down, and you get that to literally use it as a supplement in your greens. Add a little bit of lemon in there, a little pinch of sea salt, again, that natural Gatorade, a little bit of wildflower honey. You get your 1 tablespoon of your 22 organic fruits and vegetables with a daily fruit and vegetable blend, and you can add a little stevia for that sweetness. And a lot of people do like to add that stevia as well. So I'm giving you the template. These are absolutely some of our favorites from our community. What I want you to do is tailor it a little bit more to yourself. What I'm saying, though, is that literally for, I don't even know, it's like $1 a day for this greens powder. It's not that expensive a product, maybe $1.50 maximum. And $1.50 for 22 organic fruits and vegetables, as we know, because we've all been shopping for organic fruits and vegetables, is a great deal. I highly recommend, whether you're using the Equilibrium Daily Fruit and Vegetable Blend or another company's greens, and I'm totally good with that as long as it's organic and that it doesn't contain fillers, any inulin, and that it's also gluten-free, then that can be an amazing addendum to whatever you're doing right now. So just keep in mind, once you get well, so when you started a supplement protocol or a health-based protocol, you'll have to take a good amount of supplements in the beginning to help rebalance the body. But then as you start to wean off, make sure your body doesn't need them, what I typically do is I have people using the all-in-one, like I'm doing myself. I have them doing the greens when they first wake up. So they all want to put the smoothie, the greens when I first wake up with my lemon, my lime, all that good stuff. And then I'm usually taking a probiotic. Those are the 3 main things. That's why I call it the Dr. Cabral Daily Protocol. It's what I do myself. If you do nothing else, by doing the greens powder, you're getting 22 organic fruits and vegetables. By using the daily probiotic support, you're literally getting 50 billion low histamine or no histamine, 0 dairy probiotic. And that's super hard to find. It took me literally, I think, 2 years to get this product to formulate that. And the third thing is, when you're using the all-in-one powder or a daily activated multi, then you're getting 100% RDA, fully methylated B vitamins, everything your body needs. So literally within that amount of stuff that I just talked about right there, those 3, you get everything your body needs. Now, I'm not saying that you might not need additional vitamin D during the winter. I'm not saying that you might not need additional N-acetylcysteine or whatever it might be. But that's in addition to your foundation. I consider this the foundation. So anyway, I wanted to make the greens a little bit more palatable for you, right? I wanted to make the greens more enjoyable. I really look forward to it as part of my day because I know that when I drink this, it's like instant energy, that it's going to hydrate every cell in my body, and it's going to give me the energy I need to really work a 10, 12-hour day, come home, be present with my kids, my family, and to have that energy and just to be able to do all of the things that life requires. So hopefully you enjoyed today's show. I really enjoy bringing these types of kind of like free reports and free recipe guides and cookbooks to you. And I'll absolutely try to create more in the future. And I do have plans for that as well. So what I'd like you to do right now, just to download, obviously, this free report is the best way to get it. I'll just put it in PDF format so that you can download it, is just go to today's show notes page. Let me get you that right now. Okay, so today's show is 364, and you're just going to go to stephencabral.com/364. And of course, if you're ever kind of looking for backlog shows, just go to stephencabral.com/podcast. You can always find it there, but I know we have people listen to shows, that we might have done months ago. So again, today's show, just go to stephencabral.com/364. You'll literally click on a link, and when you click on that link, you'll be able to download your free greens recipe drink guide. Hopefully you enjoyed today's show, and I'll be back tomorrow with our first house call of the weekend. Take care, everyone. Ever wonder what the best sauna, blue blockers, sleep trackers, wake lights, salt lamps, or other health gadgets are? Or what about the top non-toxic mattresses, sheets, soaps, bath products, toothpaste, and cookware? Or would you like to know the cleanest choices for hemp parts, meal delivery services, supplements, and much more? I personally curated, researched, and now created a resource page of all of my top picks that continues to grow each week. These are the exact products I use in my own life, with my family, in my private practice, and they're the ones I trust. To find out all of my up-to-date recommendations, and all the details, simply head on over to stephencabral.com/resources.